You know, I want to say that I always forget to look up. That helps. Okay. I use so many different types of service. Like I use Apple because I have an iPod. I use different, leading competitors that sometimes some of them don't have other competitors. Like, say for instance, um, Circuit City or Best Buy. When Best Buy closed last year after the recession, and then no, when Circuit City closed, and then Best Buy was the only leading technology retailer, they treated customers badly, and every time people write these reports and these editorials about people, companies mistreating their customers because they feel that they don't have any competition. That's what this blog is about. Okay, so I want to express how, like I said, like with Best Buy, I bought my iPod from Best Buy. It did not work. 20 days later, I took it back and I bought one from Apple, and I paid $50 more for it from the Apple store, and so I ended up paying close to over $400 for an iPod, and I get great service. Don't get me wrong, from Apple, I love Apple, but okay, I went through 5 different phone companies. I had T-Mobile, I had Virgin Mobile, which I'm happy with Virgin Mobile. Their customer service is okay as far as May 20th, 2010, at approximately 3 something in the afternoon, okay? Virgin Mobile is okay. T-Mobile, they're decent. Sprint is their service, customer service is so bad, especially to me. And I just imagine how they treat other black people, especially they hire people who have accents, like really thick accents, and they won't speak engagingly to people who have really serious issues with their customer service, like of their phone or whatever, the bill of sometimes they, like with Sprint, they wanted to just charge me like hundreds and hundreds of dollars for an air card, and I didn't even have the air card for 30 days. It was a 5 whatever thing megahertz, whatever, the 5 maximum storage space of airspace for air car, and I didn't even use it for a whole month, and they wanted to charge me like $400. And so I ended up going with Verizon Wireless. They did the same thing. They still telling me after 9 days of service I owe them $59 for a month of service for 5 gigabytes of airtime, airspace, or whatever they call it. Depending on the data space, that's what they call it. So I owe $59 to Verizon Wireless, and every time I try to get out of this customer service maze of crazy people with technology, okay, that's the problem with minority people advancing in this culture, in American culture, and becoming globalized. We have to deal with people who are still in the 18th century, who feel that black people do not have the intelligence or the wherewithal to communicate in a technology sense, or even in a customer service or human report. They don't see us as being human. So when I call those services with issues, they try to overcharge me, they talk down to me, they degrade me, they molest me, to all kind of stuff, say sexual things to me, harassing me, sexually molesting me on the phone, like talking really, saying dirty things, women and men, and it's just ridiculous. So now I say that because I have finally, okay, I had Virgin Mobile, T-Mobile, Verizon Wireless, Sprint, now I have US Cellular. Obviously I have good credit, okay, because for the last one was US Cellular. They wanted to charge me, and they told me, they said, okay, we're not going to charge you because you when I went in the store, they was like, we're not going to charge you a $25 activation fee, but over the phone with telesales, it was just like, okay, we're going to charge you $25 because your credit rating or whatever. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'll pay $25. My point is that I'm tired of being mistreated in customer service situations for me being a black person and having a black accent. Okay, somebody told me I sound like I'm from the South. You know, and I was born in Chicago. My family is from the South, but I was born in Chicago. I love my heritage. I love who I am, and I cannot be anybody else. You know, I just want to say to those companies who don't have competition, watch out, like ComEd in Chicago. They saying I owe them $1,300 for 6 months of service. Okay, that's absolutely untrue. Nightcore, they would not take my lease because my landlord changed the date that I moved in and initialed it. That is a binding legal document. They're saying it is not a legal document because it was written over, but it was crossed out and initialed by my landlord. Okay, so Nightcore is charging me twice what I owe because they won't accept my lease as an official proof of residency. So you know, it's racism is way out of control in Illinois. I'm not even in Illinois. So much corruption there. I love Illinois. That's where I was born and raised, but I had to go. And customer service, these companies need some competition. Please, somebody compete with ComEd, compete with Nycor, come out with another company. Please, for energy, for technology, for phone service providers, banks, they're all doing the same thing. It's like a great big plantation, and nobody is benefiting but those mega giants. And it's not right that we pay our service fees and we don't get the service that we are entitled to. So they need competition.